Welcome back to another class of Retrograde Planets chapter of Module 3. And in this class, we are going to discuss about Jupiter, the guru, the teacher that knows everything. Jupiter considered to be the ruler of both Sagittarius and Pisces. Indeed, in tropical astrology, we know that Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, but in the ancient astrology, sidereal Vedic astrology, Jupiter is the ruler also of Pisces. And even of Sagittarius to be the optimist, the long, far sight, knowing, having the information connected, the judge, is also a ruling of Pisces. Jupiter can be also corrupt. And to unveil for us corruption, because it's ruling Pisces, Jupiter, judges are involved also with what is happening in far lands, foreign places, jails that Pisces rules. Jupiter has a very important theme because it's passing exact year in each sign. So in 12 years, Jupiter finishing the entire zodiac. And it's very easy to predict how 2030, how 2031, how 2027 will be only by observing on what sign Jupiter will be. Because this is going to be the main theme of the year. Indeed, once a year, Jupiter will retrograde for around 5 months. Sometimes it will retrograde back to the previous sign, but however will finish with the sign of the theme that we consider the theme of the year. So, when Jupiter is retrograding, we may deal with things that we haven't done, revealed, exposed when it was direct. Same as I've discussed for Mars. In Mars situation, we saw that is mostly pushing higher, specifically if it's in the right environment. When it's in detriment or fall position, it's leading for not good success. Jupiter is also masculine energy. And when it's retrograde, depends again with what else is happening in the chart, we may learn maybe something. I want to share with you the chart as we did so far, so you will have extra observation before in the next class that I'm going to show you combined how all those places are mixed together. So we continue on the chart of Bitcoin, and it will give us great insight. Let me just prepare here a moment and let's see it together. Let's go to search Jupiter and let's look also in the chart that I'm starting to show you from 2013. So we could go here to 2013 and we see Jupiter turns retrograde from October 12th. Okay, I went to the other one from November 7th. Yeah, so I took 1 month before because as every planet retrograde, it's slowing down, doing U-turn, and starting to do the other direction. So this month, Jupiter relatively moving slow, and a month is minimum to consider by marking it. Okay, so this is the period of Bitcoin in the period of Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter is telling us a general story, hopefully. And what happened in this period is that Jupiter that Bitcoin went from $150 to 1200. It was a rally of 600%. And then it fell. How much? 200%. So still gave gains. Jupiter wants you to gain. Jupiter wants to expand. But we are seeing a phenomenon that during Jupiter retrograde, a big rally higher. Let's continue because it's happening every 1 year. And here indeed it seems like that this cube is thinner, shorter than this. We indeed had, after this, Jupiter started retrograde in December 2014. Okay, even I'm taking 1 month before, November. And ended and moved direct in April 15. In April 15, I took 1 month back. Okay? So look what happened here. It was combined, of course it's a long period, it was combined 50% down and 45% up from the bottom. Very zigzaggy. Just observe, we don't need to get to conclusion. This is like to measure what happened Jupiter-wise in the world. 1 year after, we had another phenomenon, and we are seeing very much similar events inside of the period of Jupiter retrograde that led to a period that moved higher. What happened here? Probably another event that not specifically retrograde, but we will discover in the continuation of the course. Here is another period of Jupiter retrograde. And if here it started a period of more of a stabilator, even that somehow led to a more bullish period, or ended a bearish period before starting a bullish period. We are seeing the Jupiter retrograde a year after was in the midst of a bull rally. And then 1 year after, from 17 to going to 18, this is another Jupiter retrograde phase. We are seeing here a period of 40% decline and sort of a zigzaggy move. And we already remember that what happened after here was Mars retrograde, and here was Venus retrograde. So Jupiter is not much telling us in such a big cube what, but is showing us a sign, be careful, this is coming forward. It's just showing us something, is giving us alert to what will come next, to what phase. This is another period. Let's go to the chart just to make sure we are looking on the right place. This is the retrograde of April 10th. April 10th, I should even take before because of the slowdown. And until August 11, I should give more. This is the Jupiter retrograde of 2019. Bitcoin went from 4,000 to 13,000. Significant rally that happened. So far, we are seeing that by far, Jupiter retrograde phase is where we can gain, seeing more of a start of a gain or big moves that are happening. Jupiter is big. And from 2019, we are going to the retrograde of 2020. And look what we are seeing here. Let's just verify from May 14. So I'm taking here April. and until September 12th. So we give even more. Again, Jupiter giving us like it's a giant, giving us 100% gains in this period. In a moment, we are going to see what happened in each cube and in which sign the Jupiter did the retrograde, because we know the Jupiter could work amazingly in both signs, Sagittarius and Pisces, and will be determined in Virgo and will be determined in Gemini, that are both Mercury rules. So in a way, Jupiter is the opposite of Mercury. We also know that Jupiter is exalting in Cancer and is falling in Capricorn. We know that 2020 Jupiter was in a fall position. What happened? Jupiter is the ruler of freedom and justice. It was taken from the world. It was very hard to fight on justice and rights. So this is the period, the lockdown. Suddenly Jupiter lost. But what happened in the market? Also, we can consider corruption. Wherever was possible to bail out and to print money out of thin air was happened, and sort of acted very positively, indeed being in a fall position. What happened in 2019? Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius, in its home sign, the entire period. So here, it should work amazingly. Here, it was out of circumstances. This could be exception. We could not put here a rule like we did in Mars, that we saw that when it's in falling position or in not supporting sign, it's going down. Jupiter showed us a moment before a main rally, some will call it a main corruption, started. Look what happened directly after Jupiter ended the retrograde. It just took it to the heights, to the horizon of where it's worked in its home sign. And what happened in 2018? It started in Scorpio and retrograde entirely in Scorpio. Also in Scorpio, we may unveil things that were related with the corruption. It was a lot of corruption happening and a lot of hidden events in the world. Also, the COVID should be already planned, all the machines. I remember the beginning of my channel in YouTube and videos, the things that I alerted, what I'm seeing coming. And I saw probably all this part, including Venus retrograde, to how to prepare for 2020, for a new period. I just saw this and how the world also planned for this, for the end of the old world. From 2018, it started collapsing. With Venus retrograde, they purge it. And here with Jupiter, 2020. Actually, from March 19, it started doing some expectation going higher. I saw from 18 to here. But also prepare for 2020, because it still was not clear zone. And indeed, we came back to these lows of 19. And then something totally different out of this world came. And here we are looking on another Jupiter retrograde of 2021. 2021 Jupiter retrograde from June 20th. So I can take it from here already, from May until October. I can take until here. This is all Jupiter retrograde of 2021. Again, high percentage higher. Of how much? Jupiter is speaking in high numbers. It's not Mercury or Mars only. Inside of the cube, we are finding usually a lot of percentage. 100 is classic. In 2022, Jupiter started to retrograde in July 28. I take here June, month before, we already were low. Until November, we can take already December. What we can expect here after we have Jupiter retrograde in taking us to the top of all-time high of Bitcoin, taking us to a major crash. In 2021, it was in Aquarius, Jupiter in Aquarius. In 2022, it's retrograde back to Pisces, but from Aries. Because it's arrived to Pisces, Pisces is the place that Jupiter also rules, and we understood that it's related to corruption. A lot of corruption happened here with all the Solana and all what happened in the DeFi market that crushed the domino effect and led here Jupiter and Neptune met. That is also a historical event in April-March 2022. And then with Jupiter retrograde that expose here something, we may expect to see 100% in such of this period. We may expect maybe to here to 40 until the end of this period, or to the beginning of what will come after this, after December of 2022. So very interesting to contemplate on this. You could arrive to your conclusion by looking on more chart and seeing them together, what those periods can indicate for us. Very important to consider the sign that does the movement and to continue merging it with more data. Start working with it. Probably this Jupiter can start being a good oracle for you, as Jupiter usually indicated to be the guru and the teacher of how we do things and getting our knowledge. So I hope that this class was interesting and you got knowledge of Jupiter. I'll see you in the next class where we are going to see things in combine and we'll start to contemplate on such a mixture. This is no precise sign. We are looking on natural events that combine with human nature and AI nature, as humans are orchestrating. See you in the next class.